Well, good morning and welcome back. It's time for our Pet Doctor segment. We have Dr. Larsen here with kind of a special guest.
Good morning, Tim. I brought Kat with us.
Yes, and Kat belongs to one of our employees here at the station. And we're going to talk about something. Cats can get anemia in a lot of different ways. We're going to focus on one particular disease that cats actually have.
Yes, it's called Mycoplasma Haemofelis.
I'm glad that he pronounces that.
Now, she almost died from this
Yes.
about a year ago.
She was very sick with
She's a survivor. She's going to tell us all about what happened.
Exactly. Let's start with, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Mycoplasma Haemofelis has different names to it over the years. One was called feline hemobartonella.
Okay.
Another was called feline infectious anemia because we really didn't know what caused it.
Okay.
But more recently, we figured out, well, this is caused by a mycoplasma organism.
Ah.
It's a microscopic organism. If you imagine a red blood cell as compared to the organism, because that's what it attaches to, it's like a tennis ball attaching to a beach ball. They're tiny, and you're thinking, well, gosh, they're tiny? Lots of millions of blood cells. What's the big deal? Why would they get sick?
Exactly.
Because there's millions of mycoplasma.
Ooh.
They multiply very rapidly. They attack the blood cells. They cause red cell breakdown. Now, she can regenerate new blood cells once she has this disease, but she can't keep up.
Yeah.
So she becomes more and more anemic.
So how does it spread?
It spreads through insects or parasites that suck blood.
Okay.
Ticks and fleas are very common. They'll take a blood meal from somebody that has it, and then take a blood meal from, say, her, and it spreads the disease.
There you go.
Mother cats can spread it before the kids are even born.
Really?
Yes, and cats that fight can spread the disease.
That makes
also,
sense.
Mycoplasma Haemofelis.
What are some of the signs that we're looking for here?
Well, it's signs of anemia, Tim, and that will vary depending on how severe the anemia is. When they first have the Mycoplasma Haemofelis, it doesn't do a lot of damage to the red blood cells yet because there's so many healthy red blood cells. But so they're not acting too sick. You don't even know they have it.
Okay.
But as time goes on, more and more red blood cells get destroyed. When that happens, then they start feeling more lethargic, not eating as well. If you look at their gums, they're pale. Maybe skin shows a little paleness to it. But then the real problems happen. This is when they are brought in to see a veterinarian, when they're like, we'll call it stage 3. That's when they're very anemic. Lots of blood cells being attacked, lots of red cells being broken down. They get a condition called jaundice, where so many red blood cells are being broken down that their skin is yellow. And that is a big problem then.
How do you go about diagnosing it?
It's not a hard diagnosis to make.
Well, that's good.
We simply look at the red blood cells, and we can see these organisms, the little tiny things attached to each blood cell. Okay. Maybe a dozen of them on each blood cell.
Holy cow.
And then we can also send tests off to laboratories and confirm the diagnosis.
And how do you treat it then?
It's the treatment, if we start out initially with an antibiotic, which is specific for this organism, works pretty well. And then let's say we get cats in that are really in stage 3 of the Mycoplasma Haemofelis. They're not eating, they're weight loss, they're very etheric. They don't even need a blood transfusion to really get them past this. The thing is also, once they have diseases and we get them over it with the antibiotic treatment, no guarantee that it's going to not come back someday. So we have to watch them really closely.
You got to watch them
Stresses,
real close.
Other disease processes that affect their system can bring about again.
Okay, sounds good. Great information. Thank you,
You're
both
welcome,
of you.
Tim.
And stick with us. We'll be
She did a
coming right
very
back.
nice job.